It is nice to see you, colleagues, on this beautiful fall afternoon, and nice to see some folks here with us in the chambers. So I am going to officially call this special business meeting of the Kalamazoo City Commission to order for Thursday, October 30th, 2025. First order of business is roll call. Clerk Borling.
Commissioner Cooney. Present. Commissioner Decker. Commissioner Hoffman. Commissioner Bradel. Present. Commissioner Wilson. Present. Vice Mayor Hess. Present. Mayor Anderson.
Here. Thank you, Clerk Borling. May I have a motion to excuse Commissioner Hoffman? Motion made by Commissioner Decker. Supported by Commissioner Wilson. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion passes. No communications tonight, so the next thing on our agenda is public comments. This is a special business meeting, so the public comment period will be 4 minutes, as it is for our regular business meetings. If there's anyone who'd like to take advantage of the public comment period, please come forward, state your name, and whether you live in the city.
Good evening. I came directly from the Halloween costume party at Heritage Community where I live. This is my welcoming immigrants costume. One of them. I'm Toby Hannah Davies, a city resident, and I want to thank you for making a very hard but very good decision. I think you chose a healing path, a trust-building path by hiring Malcolm Hankins. I'm very grateful for what that means for us as a city. And I especially want to thank you, Mayor David Anderson, for the way you handled the split vote. After really good debate, I love how you did so much work, Vice Mayor, listing all the strong qualities of Laura Lamb. That was very effective. And so many others of you spoke really thoughtfully. Thank you for all the thoughtful work you all did to make a hard decision. I saw Laura Lamb the very next morning early at the Northside Ministerial Alliance prayer breakfast. And she said to me, I'll work with anybody who's got the community's best interest at heart. I thought that was powerful. And then I saw her the next night at an anti-racism training that Isaac sponsors called Courageous Action, about really trying to deal with the ways that white supremacy culture affects not just the way we think, but the way we feel, our deepest biases, and even our bodies, our somatics. So it meant a lot to me that she was there again, as she had been at previous times. And I want to recommend to all of you a powerful website called White Supremacy Culture by Tema Oken, or maybe she says Tima. It's T-E-M-A, and her last name is O-K-U-N, just like Oken Brothers Shoes, so you can remember. She has put together a website on white supremacy culture aspects, characteristics, and antidotes. And it's for all of us, because living in this country, white supremacy culture thinking influences all of us, whether we're white, black, brown, some other ethnicity. I think you'll really like it. It's not quick and easy. It's something to use over and over again, to delve into as you can, more and more, as you become stronger and stronger, if you're white, at being truly a white ally. That's not just a decision, that's a journey. That's many steps of going deeper and learning more. And this website is great for helping on that. So I really wanted to recommend it. She also gives the title of her website as Divorcing from White Supremacy Culture and Becoming Who We're Really Meant to Be. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Good evening, Mayor and Vice Mayor and Commissioners. I won't take my 4 minutes, I promise. I just want to thank you all for making this decision, inviting Malcolm Hankins to be our next city manager. I think it's a really bold move, and I think that it can lead to some very positive change and also some new ideas coming to the city. So I'm really excited to see Mr. Hankins come, and I appreciate all of you listening to the community's comments and doing your own research as well, and I really appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Hi, my name is Shona. I'm actually excited to see what this commission can do with a new city manager. I want to thank you, Wilson and Cooney, obviously Hoffman and Prado. You guys really listened to what the community needed, what the community wanted. I know not everybody is happy, but I think this might be able for us to turn over a new leaf and start building some type of trust with this commission. But I just wanted to say that I'm glad you guys did take in consideration of the community and how vocal the community has been about this search and this decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, they told my grandson August, that's here.
Next, please. Seeing no one else who would like to take advantage of the public comment period, the next item on our agenda is actually was going to be one item. However, commissioners, you probably already received something, and there's something up here in the dais for a request for us to add another item to the meeting this evening. And that item is related to the extremely intense rivalry that exists between Western Michigan University and Central Michigan University, and the fact that there is a very, very important football game is starting at 4 o'clock on this coming Saturday, and hopefully it won't be raining, Commissioner Cooney, for that. They're trying to pack the stands, so there's a shout out to all you fans. But there's request for a fireworks permit from Western Michigan University that they would be able to use as part of their game against Central. And I think it's the idea for when Western has touchdown or just any old time. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go. But if that's the case, hopefully we'll hear a lot of them. But that said, that would be item 2. The motion itself would be, I'm reading it here, and you have it in front of you. I move to approve a request from Western Michigan University to amend its July 25th application to publicly display fireworks at Himes Field and Waldo Stadium to add Saturday, November 1st, 2025 to the already approved dates of September 27th and November 11th. So that would be item number 2 under our D, discussion topics, action items. Is everybody okay if we add that? That's the second item there. All right. Great. All right, so let's get back to it here. So we are now to item number 1, D1, and this is an approval of an employment agreement with Malcolm Hankins for the position of city manager. And just before we get started on any discussion about that here, making a motion, I'd like to ask Commissioner Wilson just to make a few comments about this agreement, if you'd be willing to.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Mayor. After about a week of friendly back and forth with Mr. Hankins, we were able to come to an agreement. As you all know, we were up against a tight, deadline with our current city manager retiring and the election coming up. So part of the way we were able to get this done so quickly was because the candidates had a copy of the contract ahead of time. So yeah, like I said, very friendly conversation. We were able to come to an agreement, and I believe Mr. Hankins will be starting at the top of the year.
January 5th.
January 5th, so, yeah.
Thank you. Any questions? Commissioner Wilson and I were involved in that. Any direct questions at this time as it relates to this contract? I know it was Attorney Leal. I want to say thank you very much for all your help from the HR department here. All that was critical to helping us get through this. I have to say that it's an interesting way that the system is set up, is that you offer someone a job, and the next thing you do is you have a potential to argue with them about what the terms of the contract might be. And I think that we avoided getting into that, and certainly there's a different approach. There's a self-interest on both sides, but I think that we were able to get through that in a way that was a good foundation, built relationship. Anything, Attorney Leal, you'd like to say about this?
I just also wanted to recognize our CFO, Steve Asensi, who was very instrumental in calculating the financial numbers and benefits that are part of this agreement. So again, he came in and he was able to answer those questions and give us that information very quickly. So I want to also, and also with Shelley Fox, who has already been recognized, but I didn't want to leave out Steve.
Yes, thank you for recognizing that, and thank you, Steve, as you're here in the chambers. So at this point, I'm looking for a motion to approve the employment agreement with Malcolm Hankins for the position of city manager. Is there a motion? Motion made by Commissioner Cooney.
Support.
Supported by Vice Mayor Hess. Any discussion, commissioners? Commissioner Pradel?
Sure. Again, really want to appreciate you, Mayor, as well. Thank you for your efforts. I know it's a busy few weeks for you leading up to the election as well, but Commissioner Wilson as well, who's already been working with the subcommittee. This is a big deal for us as a community and as a city, and looking at this, we are really stepping up, and I think that's necessary in today's market for city managers and the demands that we particularly place on it. You look at us as a city of Kalamazoo, and when we have giant utilities that we serve almost 250,000 people, there are unique challenges that we have in this role, and so I think this is the right decision. I'm very, very excited to welcome Mr. Hankins to the city of Kalamazoo, and very excited to approve it. So thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Decker?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I'm just now reviewing the agreement. Excuse me, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. So can we discuss how that transition will be? Have we talked to City Manager Ritzma about, is he stayed on past November 17th, or how will that work?
So here's how that's working, is that at this point, the agreed upon start date for Malcolm Hankins is January 5th. And Manager Ritzma's last day is the 18th of November. So that's set right now. So what we are working on is an interim relationship. So we will have an interim city manager. And what we are planning at this point is that action to approve that interim city manager will come back to us. We were not able to accomplish all that within this last week, but that proposal will come back to us. We have one of these unique situations you might remember that will happen at our next regular meeting, which is on November 17th. Just a reminder, we will not have the meeting on the first Monday because it's adjacent to elections. So our next meeting is November 17th, and there will be a portion of the meeting where the existing commission will be sitting up here, and then a portion of that meeting where then some folks will step down and the new commission will come up. So there will be an action item for us, the existing commission, to take in terms of codifying a relationship with an interim city manager. And we'll have an opportunity to talk about that a little bit more at that time, but that's the plan.
Thank you. Will there be compensation for this interim city manager within those months?
I'm sorry?
Will there be compensation for the individual that would be the interim city manager?
Yeah. So that will be I'm sure Steve will be working on this again here, but that will be a budget component allocated for that. But of course, we do have a budget for a city manager anyway during that time. So it should work fairly well with that. Commissioner Cooney.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to express my enthusiasm that the new city manager will bring great gifts to this community. And I believe that it was absolutely the right choice. And I think his experience in neighborhood work and just who he is will make a huge difference in this city, and I'm thrilled that he's going to be coming. At the same time, I want to say that I want to pay tribute to Laura Lamb, and I want to recognize all the wonderful things that she has done for this city. And my great hope is that she will be staying here, because I think that this team will be a winner, a champion to bring this city to all that it can be. And if I was going to be on the commission again, I would want to show my appreciation to Laura Lamb, perhaps by an increase in salary or in some other way that we can show how much we appreciate her.
Thank you, Commissioner Cooney. Other discussion, commissioners, at this time? All right, well, thank you so much. So I have been blessed to have the opportunity to have multiple conversations, not just negotiating conversations with Malcolm Hankins, and that's been very, very helpful. Just to have that time, as a matter of fact, we spent an hour or so right back here at Factory Coffee as he was coming through town, heading up to Grand Rapids, and just getting to know him a little bit. That's been very, very positive. And one thing that I just want to make sure I communicated directly to him, and I'm certain that I want to make sure everyone knows this, is I told him that I would do everything that I could to make sure that he was successful as city manager, because if he's successful, the city will be successful and the community will be successful. And so it was great connection, great conversation, and I really, really appreciate that he was able to give me some time. He had an unfortunate event, he had a death in the family, and he had to go to a funeral and services up in Grand Rapids, and was just coming through for that. And I asked him if he did have any extra time to text me and give us some moments to get together, and he did that, and I appreciate that a great deal. Clerk Borland, please call the roll.
Commissioner Decker.
No.
Commissioner Pradel.
Yes.
Commissioner Wilson.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hess.
Yes.
Mayor Anderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Cooney.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. The motion passes. On to our next agenda item. Anybody? This is the one related to fireworks at the Central Michigan University Western game. Would anybody like to make a motion for that one?
I can do it, Mayor. I move to approve a request from Western Michigan University to amend its July 25th application to publicly display fireworks at Himes Field and Waldo Stadium, and to add Saturday, November 1st, 2025 to the already approved dates of September 27th and November 11th.
Is motion made by Commissioner Pradel, supported by Commissioner Wilson. Any discussion? I will just say, if this makes a difference with Western winning, because these two teams are tied for second, is that correct? So this is actually a very important game. I hope it works. Clerk Boylan, please call the roll.
Commissioner Pradel?
Yes.
Commissioner Wilson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hess?
Yes.
Mayor Anderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooney? Yes. Commissioner Decker?
Thank you, Commissioners. The motion passes. Now is an opportunity for any additional Commissioner comments. Any comments, Commissioners, for the good of the order? Seeing none, just a reminder, once again, regular schedule is we would have a commission meeting on November 3rd, but we are not due to the fact that there is an election the next day. Clerk will be busy preparing for all that. I do want to remind people, if you have received an absentee ballot in the mail, for goodness sakes, please get it in. The clerk can begin preparing those ballots, and if the ballots are not returned until 4 o'clock on the afternoon of Election Day, well then the clerk's office is just going to have a lot more time to have to get those votes counted. And more people are voting absentee these days, maybe even more than even go to the polls. So it's so important. So please, if you've gotten a ballot, think about it, if nothing, this weekend, and maybe get it in early on Monday morning to help the clerk and his great team. I love you, Kalamazoo. We are adjourned.